All right. Some time ago, I brought a report of a particular French footballer whose brothers arranged his own kidnap just because they said he was not remitting money that he should be remitting to the family. He was not giving them enough money as he should. And I'm like, for crying out loud, this guy is working for his money. His money is not your money. All right. You don't have that right to want to demand that he should be giving you money whenever he wants to. And that's the same case with this particular Zimbabwean fighter. His name is Themba Gorimbo. All right. Themba Gorimbo, in a latest interview, has disclosed that his family members celebrated his defeat at a particular boxing match last month, sometime in December. And I'm like, why would they do that? When I began to hear what really happened, I was traumatized. I was traumatized. I can't even lie to you. I'm like, really? Family could do this to somebody who is as successful as this? That's bad.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. I hope you find my videos somewhat entertaining or rather informative. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. So, this topic over here, my family celebrated my loss for not sending them money. Unfortunately, this is all too common nowadays. The amount of entitlement people have to you and your money is absolutely insane. You know that saying where it's like, when you're on your journey to success, you have very little support. You know, when you're starting your business or you're pursuing your passion and your career, you find you have very little support. But now when you've made it, all of a sudden, people are like, hey, we were always there for you. You know, the entitlement seeps out. And this is exactly what I think is happening over here. Because as you saw in the example over there, I'm a Man United fan. So I remember when I saw that Paul Pogba story come out like a few years ago, where his brother arranged his kidnapping. You got kidnapped by your brother because your brother's like, you've not given me enough money. Bear in mind, his brother is literally giving him tens of thousands of pounds. Tens of thousands of pounds. You're not entitled to that money, but he's like, yo, you're my brother, so I'm going to give you this money. And it's still not enough, to the point that you kidnap your brother. And this is where I say, I'm like, look, when it comes to greedy, entitled people, I can give you 10,000. You'll say, why didn't you give me 20? I can give you 100,000. I can say, why didn't you give me 200,000? And as you can see over here with the Zimbabwe fighter, Themba Gorimbo, you find that his family celebrated his loss at the recent UFC match. And we're going to listen to what he has to say. Thanks for tuning in.
That's bad.
When I go online, like one of my cousins, I can't speak his name, but like he messaged me that the day after I lost this last fight, some of my cousins were celebrating my loss. They were all celebrating my loss. And he sent me a video of them in a place where we were 15 years ago, this small circle in Danun, where it's a slum, like when you call it, it's like a slum. And these cousins of mine were celebrating my loss. And do you know how much that eats you? Yeah. Because all I try to do is better for everybody. And I might not directly help you, but like maybe I build a well for the community, and then one person gets angry that why did you build the well? It's closer to this guy's house, not that person's house. If someone will message you and say, can you give me 5,000? Where will I get? People think that I'm in the UFC, I'm a millionaire. I'm not. Maybe one day I will be. But like, it's the reality that I'm not, and I cannot afford to do that. And imagine if you have 20 people coming to you and saying the same stuff.
So
And that is absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. Not only are they laughing at you, they send you a video. So they literally took the time out to record themselves. Take a phone out, look at the camera, laugh, send it to you. And that's meant to be your family. Unfortunately, stories like this are all too common. All too common. The sad reality is the person that's probably going to hurt you the most is probably somebody that you're close to. Probably your family member, probably your friend. It's very rarely a random person. It hurts the most because there's somebody that you trusted. And in his case, literally his family. His family. As you said, as you heard what he was saying over there, he might not give you money directly, but he does something to help the community as a whole. I know recently, I remember he, from his village back in Zimbabwe, he built a well for the community. But you see, again, when people are entitled, like you're saying, people will be like, why did you build a well closer to his house and not my house? Why do I have to walk further to his house than to me? All that kind of stuff. Entitled people, these are the kind of people I personally, I'm of the mindset, I'm like, look, just because your family doesn't mean, just because your blood doesn't mean your family. Just because your blood does not mean your family. If people behave like this and they say that they're quote unquote family, they're not family. They're not. You might have the same blood, unfortunately, but that's not family. And in his case, I can only imagine the pain. The pain. My family laughing at my defeat. The people that are meant to uphold you and uplift you the most. The whole point, I'm like, look, guys, I'm sure all of you know, life can be tough already as it is. You want to be able to at least say, hey, life is tough, but I got my family to lean on to help me through it. But in this case, he can't even rely on his quote-unquote family to get him through it. Man, that's pathetic. And all of this reminds me of a clip. 50 Cent. How does 50 Cent tie up into all of this? I've always admired 50 Cent ever since I was a little kid. People that actually know me from when I was in primary school, I always liked 50 Cent, not only for the music and stuff like that. I mean, the music is all good, but I think this is why I've always valued loyalty. Because I'm like, that's something, money can't buy. Money can't buy loyalty. It can't. It's either there or it isn't. So, just a quick backstory. You find 50 Cent. 50 Cent created a group, G Unit. Those of you that remember G Unit days. So he, at the time, like back in the early 2000s, 50 Cent was on top of the world. And 50 had his boys, Tony Yayo, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks. So that's the group called G Unit. But 50 was obviously the biggest artist amongst the group. But instead of a situation where 50 is like, I'm going to leave these guys behind, they drag me back, 50, because he loves his boys so much, he's like, no. He goes to his studio and he's like, hey, we're going to do a collaboration album. I'm going to use my popularity and fame to uplift these guys. And those of you that follow along with all this stuff, they're no longer on good speaking terms. Because again, entitlement, resentment, jealousy. They were all jealous of 50's success. And even now more so when you find 50 is, having all these famous TV shows, Power, Ghost, all these things, Kanan. You guys know. You guys know that actually follow along with that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to show you this clip to end this video. I'm going to show you this clip to end you this video. That just because you share the same blood does not make you family. Loyalty is something that you cannot buy. You cannot buy loyalty. And it's just unfortunate. It's a situation where I'm like, look, if you actually do find somebody who's loyal to you, you do find good people, hold on to them. Hold on to them. They're very, very hard to find. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to be uploading a few more videos soon. Take care. Catch you soon.
Can you name every member of D12?
No.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they all had to wait to after the second cycle of their leader. So Nelly's first album popped, then Nelly's second album popped, and because those albums were hugely successful albums, it took a long time for the record to be over for them to get to the next album. Mm-hmm. Everybody just they became the crew with Nelly. It's like D12's the crew with M. G Unit, the first record came out, boom. I forced the G Unit album to come out. And this girl didn't want the G Unit album, and want the next 50 Cent record.
You sold 11 million records. Drop the next album by yourself, man. Nah, I want to put Banks on.
It caused Lloyd Banks to sell 3 million records.
I want to put Buck on.
Buck, 1.8 million records.
I want to put Yayo on.
Ye like 800-something thousand, because he couldn't even travel.
I want to put Game on.
Game comes 5 million records.
Drop Back for Mercy. He didn't have to do that.